Hi, I'm Katie Moonstone. Welcome back. This is your weekly energy reading update from August 16th through the 23rd. This week brings in an energy of how many things did you put out into the universe and then you forgot about it. And when it comes back, you're not going to realize how much energy you actually put out because we either didn't see the rewards right away, got sidetracked, or simply just forgot about it and put it aside. When it comes back, it will have a feeling of something that was incomplete, and it will also be a bridge into something more sudden, kind of like a change in direction, a pivot point. It could come into an opportunity. My goodness. It could come in an opportunity or money or in another person, but it is connected to something that you started quietly long before anyone could even notice. The unfinished thing or unanswered message, the application you forgot about, the project that didn't take off yet, the skill that feels underused, or the contact that seemed insignificant. These are just examples. This is going to simply expose what part of your story will be important, and the more you realize, you're going to be entering into a new cycle with it. What did the solar eclipse show you? What did you learn from it? Did you see the effects from it? I did. One of the things that I did learn was that I got placed in a position and I felt like everyone was gunning at me. But then I realized when I took my energy and myself out of it, that was the moment karma got served immediately to these people. So, sometimes you're just the catalyst to someone else's karma. That is what I learned. I took it personally at first, but then once I removed myself, I was like, wait a minute. First off, I should have never been put in that situation. And the moment that I realized that, bam, all these people, they couldn't walk in my shoes for a day or a second. Anyways, because the reason why this is so significant is because what you learned during the eclipse is actually something that you're going to be building on in this next cycle. This week opens up with a moon in Libra, keeping the energy soft like today, because I'm videoing this on a Sunday, so the energy is going to be soft, and then it moves into Scorpio, which we're going to get more focused, allowing you to feel what's beneath the surface after a turning point. Then also when the moon is in Scorpio, things hidden will usually get exposed. The moon in Libra likes balance, so this is balancing basically yourself, what you've learned and trying to just balance it out, right? So as we move forward into Thursday, but before then, back to the moon in Scorpio, it's more of some people like to go deep within and reflect. But as we move into Thursday, the moon turns into Sagittarius. That's going to bring an uplifting, brighten us up with some type of hope, reminding you that there is a bigger picture that you are actually moving towards or living towards. The shift comes on Saturday because the sun is actually going to leave Leo and we are going to enter Virgo season. We're closing the season of heart and opening to a season of devotion, health, and sacred everyday magic. Virgo season is where the dreams you've claimed under that eclipse become real, one intentional step at a time. This is where you take what your heart wants and now you're going to give it a plan. Virgo likes order. Sunday is going to close. We're going to close the moon in Capricorn. So this will bring in a more steady and purposeful energy. Basically, you're going to be like saying, start where you are and then go from there. Be patient with yourself this week. Even though that we are in the year of the horse, which is very fast-paced, it's the fire horse, we are moving into a slower now, steady, more focused Virgo energy. Virgo likes order. It likes organization. So during this time, the most important thing you can do is avoid the 3 C's this week. Avoid chaos, confusion, and crisis. When there is a crisis involved, there's an enemy. When there is confusion, there's the enemy. When there is chaos, hello, the enemy. All involved, the enemy. Anxiety, ridden thoughts, anger, confusion, especially when you know that it's not yours. Some of you may have experienced that anger during the eclipse. I know I was one of them. I know many people that were on, let's say, the same timeline as me. They were experiencing this sudden anger and they didn't know where it was coming from. At first I was like, is this the sacred anger everybody was talking about? No, this was something completely different. It did go away. It was like the moment the eclipse and everything shifted, it vanished. But it also illuminated and kind of sort of healed something, I guess. But just know that when this all comes about, is when that was all surfacing, I noticed that's when the demons were all coming out to play. Demonic forces trying to harass you with disorder. Remember, God is order and peace. The enemy is not. And right now, ideology seems to be the biggest theme here, especially in Michigan. I don't know how it is for the other states, but I know all over social media, everyone's, ideology, that's religious forms. Ideology right now is the biggest theme, especially in religious people. So, when a demon is near, stop and look around. Is there peace? Or is there a lot going on when you walk into that room or into your workplace or into, some of you guys are going back to school, into your school? Remember, they thrive on chaos, confusion, and crisis. I'll just take an example. I have an ex-husband, an empty vessel, a little bit of a lost soul in a sense, but for some reason, he only wants to fight with me when it comes to my second son. And it's because he has a medical condition, or a couple of them. Demons love to attack mothers, especially good mothers. Why? Because they're raising the future. And as of today, actually, it's been a little bit longer than that. I want to say as of today, but even before, he actually, I would say about a month ago, I want to say July, he has literally been removed from my energy. And my first child, removed from both of our energies, but not my second. So he's still holding on through the second, but not the other one. So I asked God last night, how should I handle this? And he said, don't go back to what I freed you from. Vengeance is mine. So I gave it to him. It's the demon that wants to hold on to my second son just to still have access, to start a fight, to start confusion, to start a crisis, right? And it's easy to start a crisis with someone who's already vulnerable. My first son has already stood up to him and has been freed from him. I have literally been freed from him. But the only way that he can lure me back in is through the second son. So, I fixed that as of today. That won't be happening anymore. So, actually, you know what? That is a celebration. So now, officially, basically what I have done is I just put it in God's hands. Yeah, it sucks because he does have a medical condition, but at the end of the day, vengeance is not mine. And it was a lesson I had to learn. So they thrive on arguments, upset. Most of them are very immature. I cannot be or have a conversation with someone who is immature or emotionally immature. I cannot do it. I literally have to just push that person away because I know that like the sacred anger I'll get, I will lash out on that person. And I don't even know why. And it might go back, many people say we live thousands of lifetimes. Well, maybe it stems from 1,000 lifetimes ago. Who knows? But they also thrive on misfortune, confusion. So whatever you do, just don't play the game. Cut that person off and let God handle it. Give it to him. It's always the insecure people who fully try to traumatize other people. It's never a secure person. It's never the confident person. It's always the insecure, weak person, trying to have this ego, trying to get someone to idolize them. So, this is what we're going to be dealing with this week. This is going to rise from August 6th through January 6th of next year. Chiron retrogrades, and he is asking everyone to heal from people like what I just talked about. People like that. Your weakness is your strength, and you will be taught that. So for a lot of people that think, hey, me being loving and kind is a weakness, literally is going to bite these people in the butt fast too. Like I said, I saw it already during the eclipse. People were undermining me, and boom, did they get a spoonful of karma. Okay? So, you will learn your weakness is your strength. Me being loving and kind, is my strength. And a lot of people are like, no, because I one up you. Yeah? How's that spoonful of karma going to happen? How's that going to feel? Anyways, the ones who try to make the healing impossible will be exposed to you, and they will be judged accordingly by the divine laws of the universe. Chiron is the wounded healer and is placing protection around those who are to heal in this season. So do not go back to what the people, places, and things that hurt you. This hits everybody. It doesn't matter what zodiac sign. Chiron does this. Chiron's doing this, and it started in Aries, and now is going to be moving into Taurus. And once it moves into Taurus, even though it's going to affect everyone, it's going to target all the fixed signs. And then when it shifts again, it's going to focus all on the cardinal signs, mainly. But it's still going to affect everyone. This retrograde is going to be a 2-part journey in that 5-month span. It will hit your supportive system first. Are you truly being supported, or are they taking advantage of you? Then you're going to have to do something about it. Then it's going to shift into phase 2. The focus is going to be all on you, towards your personal issues and your shortcomings. So phase 2 is when Saturn comes side by side with Chiron. And I think this happens around September into October. This will help you to hold yourself. This is it's not to punish you, but it's actually literally Saturn is the planet of karma. Here comes Chiron. Now you have to hold yourself, or them will be held accountable. This is to help you realize that you are enough and that you are worthy. This is a 5-month retrograde, and it will help you. This is what makes you, you. Okay? Remember, the demons, you do not fight in this lifetime. Your children will have to face them, whether within you or externally. And as we live in a world of duality, one of the most interpreted Bible verse used today is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Many people quote this as saying with Jesus, you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to it, your heart and mind to it, right? But that is not what Paul meant when he wrote this, because Paul didn't write these words from a place of victory. He wrote them from a place when he was in prison. He was literally in a prison cell. And from those very chains that bound him, he wrote, I have learned to be content in whatever circumstance I am in. Learn. Emphasize on that, because contentment doesn't come naturally. Our flesh always wants more. More money, more recognition, more success, more followers. And the flesh will never say, okay, that's enough. It will simply ask, okay, what's next? I got that. Let's keep going. Then Paul goes on to write, I have learned to have plenty, and I have learned how to have little. And I have learned to be full, and I have learned to be hungry. And only then does he declare, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Paul wasn't saying that Christ gave him the strength to get whatever he wanted. He was literally saying that Christ gave him strength when he did not get what he wanted. That's the verse. It's not the achievement. But it is endurance. It's not prosperity, but it is faithfulness. Because the greatest threat to your soul isn't suffering. It's believing that something other than Christ or God can satisfy you. That's why sometimes God allows the idols to crumble, the applauses to fade, the money to disappear, and the dreams to die. Because sometimes God removes what you've been leaning on to reveal what has been enough. Or what's been holding you back all this time. And the truth is, if your joy depends on what you have, well, your joy is only one loss away from disappearing. But when Christ becomes your treasure, that's when everything changes. Success can't inflate you anymore. Failure can't define you anymore. Loss can't destroy you anymore. Trust me, I've walked through it. You know how many times in my life I have failed? How many times I've had to rebuild because, hey, some man came along and took it all from me. So, some of my family, my friends. I mean, I'm in my second divorce right now. You know, hey. And you know what? I get up every day and I'm smiling. I'm actually happier right now because things that have been taken from me, I'm in my, literally has been coming back to me threefold. Okay. I am now finally getting justice for what has happened between me and my kids. We are now finally healing. And then I'm seeing it in my workplaces because I've had men try to steal things right out from underneath me, ruin my reputation, my name, and I'm gaining that back through my jobs and my careers. So I'm getting a good name. My sales are up, 200% right now. I'm actually literally in a job that I literally was when all of this started falling apart. So life is a circle. It is a spiral. And every time you come circling around about it, you go deeper and deeper into why these things have happened, and you come out with enlightenment and peace and wholeness, The only thing left would probably be the next thing that's supposed to come is my love life. And right now, I've been told just focus on the kids and, where the healing aspects. I'm just going with the flow. Had a conversation with my son, be a feather, go with the flow, right? I'm so used to being the bird. This time around, I'm literally just the feather. And as I'm just being the feather and just being present, now I'm getting justice back from my kids, career-wise, hey, I got a good name out there. All is good. So, it's just going to keep coming. The momentum has already started. Let's just say that. So, again, it goes back to if you're dependent on money, you're one loss away from losing it all. Trust me, I've done it. I've lost money probably three times majorly in my life. And I'm actually not where I want to be right now, but I'm in a lot better spot than I was 6 months ago or a year ago, half of that, sometimes it is karmic. Sometimes I wasn't paying a karmic debt, but because I had so many evil eyes or demonic people around me, it had to happen that way. And now I see why, because I can look at things from a higher perspective. Many people cannot, especially, I call them, like, many people right now on social media are calling them NPCs, right? Anyways, you're just one loss away from losing all. Why? Because you're holding too tightly to something. The one thing I've ever learned in life, when you hold on to something so tightly, that is the very thing that will get taken away from you. Mainly because why? You hold an ideology to it. Think about that for a while. So, when Christ becomes your treasure, that's when everything changes. Success can't inflate you anymore, failure can't define you, and loss cannot destroy you. Because when Christ is enough, the world loses its power over you. Those people, they don't have power over me. All those men, none of them have power over me. In fact, many of them are angry that they don't have that control. You know, we are in a warfare between realities currently right now. A starved mind becomes a controlled mind, and some people die before their bodies even do. That's the real truth right there. Now, Revelation 6, part 7 says, the writer's power work only on those who are asleep. What God has, the writer cannot, sorry, I rebuke and cancel. Someone is trying. Whew. Let's try that back again. Revelation 6, part 7, the writer's power work only on those who are asleep. The writer cannot conquer what God has already claimed. The division causes heaviness in the air. That's what we're all experiencing right now. The last couple years, everyone's like, man, the world just seems weird. Everything's getting dark. That's the heaviness in there. That's the divide. That's the separation. You're either got a soul, you're either God or you're not. You know, point blank. There is no in between anymore. There used to be, but not no more. There is going to be a rise in numbness. Now, when I say numbness, those are the people who are asleep, the NPCs. You know, some people like to call them the soulless beings, empty vessels. Jesus said his hand will be on the doorknob when it is in the same as it was in Noah's day and in Lot's day. Now, I've been going on social media for a little bit here, like all week. And right now, there has been a huge emphasis on Lot's wife all over social media. I do not know why. Every time I turn it on, it just seems to be that. But who is she? She looked back. She kept looking back to her past, and she became a pillar of salt. In my own life, I want to say about a couple months back, God removed me of people who held on to their past. He wanted me. First, he said, no, please don't. I knew I was someone's lesson. And then the moment he came to me, he said, okay, I want you to cut ties now and move forward. And as they will be a pillar of salt, so many people cannot move forward into their new beginning or new life because their hearts, they're so busy holding on to their past, even in their hearts, their heart of hearts. They want to move forward. They want to, truly do, but they can't. They keep looking back. They keep looking back. There's nothing, the past is the past. There's nothing back there. And that was the whole point of Lot's wife. Those are the NPCs that those are the ones that literally do need help to find the light. They're the hoarders, the misers, the ones who try to keep themselves numb, addiction problems, right? Asleep. They want to stay asleep. They don't want to have the backbone. Why? Because in order to rise above, you got to be strong. You know, if you look back at the past of everybody in the Bible, you know, and you look at scriptures, half of these people that were chosen, you know, they didn't have a clean life. I don't. But we're all marked. Jesus already described the ones who will be saying no to the beast. It's the ones who run without nothing. They don't hold on to anything. So when his time comes, the ones that are not holding on to money, they're not holding on to money, material possessions, no photos, nothing. They just run to the hills or run to where they're supposed to go. Just themselves, imperfectly perfect. But the other people that have to hold on to everything, those are the ones that are holding on to the beast. Okay? That's what this is all about. Why so many of us are, people are waking up to the fact of, oh my God, I'm holding on to the past. I need to learn to let go of this, let go of that. Why? Because the biggest question right now, and especially this week, is what are you holding on to? The beast or the lamb? The beast, the 3 C's? Or do you want freedom? Freedom? You're tied to nothing. Remember, what you own owns you. This is why many of us, some people are broke, but they're free. There's a price to everything, right? Or they're doing it right now, or they're going through it right now. So, this is happening so that the world holds no power over who God claimed to be his. Okay? That's why many of us are going through what you are going through. You have been marked. Many of you know what you're supposed to do, but you're choosing not to. And then you're looping, and you're looping, and you're looping. Well, you're doing your own suffering. Remember, every time you come to a choice, you have 2 choices. If there's 3, 4, 5, or 6 choices, that's confusion. That's chaos. You're holding on to the beast. If your family brings you chaos, maybe the demons will harass you and torment you through your family, through your coworkers, through everything. Sometimes even your spouse. Always look at the eyes. The eyes are the windows to the soul. All right. Well, it's going to be a week, but it's going to be a little more chill than normal, but at least many of us are waking up to it. Maybe you'll know how to handle it as you move forward. Because this is going to be a moon week, people's intuition will be heightened and are more prone to following their intuition now. Following your heart space. Leading towards your purpose. Anyways, let's get an advice card to move forward today or this week. What is our advice card for this week? Somebody's not talking to somebody, because when my cards are silent, I feel like someone's ignoring somebody. They don't want to talk. That's too many. Or if they do want to talk, a lot is going to come out. So someone's not speaking their truth. I just need one advice card. Come on. One advice card. God, angels, universe, and spirit. Things might happen to you in 3s. I know it does for me. Anyways, we got pivot, pay attention, and bravery. But if the bravery card was reversed, so that means somebody is not being brave, but you will be. Maybe by the end of this week, you will be. Definitely you will be by the end of that retrograde. So, those are the cards. Pivot. Sometimes when things aren't falling into place after trying and trying, it's time to ask yourself, maybe it's time, or would be a good idea, so that your life can flow more easily and effortlessly. Maybe you need to go another route. Pay attention. You've been asked to pay extra close attention to the signs that are being given to you this week. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. In bravery, you're being asked to make a tough decision that you've been putting off because of fear, which is understandable, but do you have the strength and bravery to make this decision? And you will feel so much better and lighter once you do it. So, bravery, pivot, keep forgetting what I've definitely confusion is going to be huge this week because I keep forgetting what I'm trying to say. It's very bizarre. Some of you might need to go on a little adventure this week. Today is the day to try something daring. Go on a little adventure. You don't even have to go far. You don't even have to spend money. Just take a walk out into the woods. Anyways, what do we need to know to move forward this week? Let's do a little tarot. What do we need to know to move forward this week? Also, when you can speak your story without getting triggered, that's when you know you healed it. And a lot of people are like, why are these people all over social media talking about their stories? It's to help other people, to give them hope. If I can get through it, so can you. You know, we're all supposed to learn from one another, help one another, love your neighbor. Those that can't love their neighbor usually have a demon attached to them. Those that can't walk like those that are in their egos have a monitoring spirit attached to them. All right. Definitely some silence. Many people might be going inward. Maybe somebody does not want to talk. But my cards are being real quiet today, so this is becoming difficult for me. Yeah, someone's not going to be starting a new beginning. Someone didn't know something. Or here's what we don't know. Somebody might flip out. I had some cards that wanted to do a flip, but I kind of stopped it. Someone might flip out for no apparent reason because they can't control their emotions. They don't have any self-mastery, no self-control. I don't know what that is. Somebody wants to make themselves known, but they're too scared. I do feel cowardice. I mean, that bravery card was in reverse, so someone's too scared to speak up. Yeah, what you didn't know is some of those people that hurt you, they weren't brokenhearted. They didn't give a crap. Some of you are going to be healing from a broken heart or betrayal this week. Also, some of you may be blocking and cutting people out of your life. By you doing that, you're putting someone else in their own mental imprisonment. Someone could be going to jail, could be spiritual jail. Whatever it is, it's definitely karma. I know I blocked and cut a lot of people out. It is karma. Sometimes you have to do it so that karma can be served, especially when you lift it up to the Most High. When you're holding on to that situation, karma can't be served, and you can't get your justice. Once you let go of it, then energy can move and flow, and the momentum can start back up. Anyways, some of you might be seeing a lot of karma play out, probably right in front of your eyes, too. Someone might also lose their job. I do see a lot of people not putting work and effort in and not playing games and not fighting with an Empress and a Nine of Pentacles. An Empress is all four queens, all four queens wrapped in one. And the Nine of Pentacles is someone who has built this shit all by herself. She's self-sufficient. She's got the Nine of Pentacles. One more pentacle and she has it all. People are not playing games with you ladies. They're not putting work and effort in. They're not playing games. But guess what? You're also not fighting with anybody. You have peace. And it's freaking amazing, isn't it? And it feels weird at first. I'll tell you what, when living in survival mode, I realized just last week, one of my lessons that I learned was because now I'm not in a chaotic situation and now my life is more peaceful, it feels weird and it feels very unsettling sometimes. Kind of scary. because it's new territory, right? Anyways, people aren't playing games with you, but they do want to come in and have a heartfelt conversation with you. So if you resonate with the Empress or the Nine of Pentacles, somebody does want to have a heartfelt conversation with you. They're not going to be struggling. Okay? If you are dealing with someone who is a King of Wands in reverse, someone who's a King of Wands in reverse is someone who abuses their power. They're narcissistic. Definitely a demon attached to them, something demonic. Many of them have what I call, it's called I said that word earlier. Anyways, it's like a spirit attached to them. For some reason, they won't let me say the name again. Not a provocating spirit, but someone who instigates. Like just trying to start shit. If you are around someone like this, you need to do the right thing. Also, someone who is abusing their power, a cop or some sort of cop might get involved. This person thinks that they are above the law. But someone is going to do the right thing. We do have the Emperor. So many of you Emperors might be putting someone who's like this in their spot or in their place. Emperors are the same as an Empress. All four kings wrapped in one. They always do the right thing for everyone involved. Once this Emperor does it, his soul will be able to rest. So that's what tells me is that that's like a karmic cycle completing out. And usually once you complete a cycle, especially if it's karmic, the universe always gives you time to rest. So every time you complete a cycle, like right now, I already completed a cycle. I didn't work this weekend. It's rest weekend. I slept in because now it's time for your next cycle. And we're all this week walking into our next cycle. So, third-party situations now should be probably over. I do feel like we have the Knight of Pentacles. Typically, the Knight of Pentacles could be an attorney, some sort of third-party situation. Slow-moving energy. This person is trying to move forward, but not talking to anybody, not making any phone calls. Just wanting a new beginning. Trying to move forward, but he's not telling anybody. Could be an attorney, could be some sort of counselor, some sort of a professional. Some of you might be moving in silence this week. It's an earth sign energy. Some of these third parties are just going to start a new beginning and not tell anybody about it. Like, you know what? That story's old and boring. I'm going to go move on to something else. It might put somebody in their feelings about it, though. Like, oh no, you're not the center of attention anymore. But the reason for this being is because the real villain already got exposed. Now justice will be playing out. The scales of justice and balance and judgment calls will be made. This is the universe bringing balance back into the universe. So if someone stole something from you, you bet your butt you will hear something about that. The scales of justice always have to balance out. So if let's say you're a giver and you've always been around takers, well, now that you've finally stepped away from all of that, justice and balance can now be restored and judgment calls now can be made. Why? Because now you're aware. Now you have discernment. You learned your lesson. Now you can move forward. But now those people have to pay the price for what they did to you. That goes back to the very beginning. Some judgment calls are going to be made on toxic family situations. Even the devil is saying, hey, someone just wanted a happy family. But the divine is stepping in and guiding some of you Queen of Wands to speak upon it. If you are the Queen of Wands, typically you're fire signs. You don't have to be. You're single, you're sassy, you're a little creative. You will be divinely guided to walk away from a family situation, especially if it's toxic. And by you doing so, you are going to be working together with the divine, and actually you're part of God's. Like you got placed in a situation to be part of God's plan. Is basically what's coming out here. Many of God did come out. Many of you, Queen of Swords, also you will also be doing the same thing. Typically, this is air sign energy. Doesn't have to be. I call this my spiritual warriors. Maybe some of you Queen of Wands are going to start learning how to be a spiritual warrior, taking on some of the air sign qualities. You know, you're being divinely guided. God is working through this one. God works through his spiritual warriors. The sword of truth. She's the one that cuts and makes the divisions, right? Cuts through the bullshit. Why? Because she clearly sees. Why? Because she's working together with God and the divine. She also knows that once she does do that, she's actually going to be working. Somebody is going to be entering your life to help you. God is going to bring someone to help you. Could be someone from the past, but it doesn't have to be. It's someone that you planted seeds with a long time ago. Those will come to fruition. Let's say that. It is part of a soul contract. And part of that soul contract, especially for if you resonate with the Queen of Swords, you're going to get a major wish fulfillment. 10 of Pentacles, having it all. Why? Because you ended something. You also are causing like a group of people, family cult situation, kind of like a spiritual awakening, an end to the situation. You also might receive something because, let's say, an inheritance. Someone might die. And when this person dies, this group of people are actually going to be happy because she was kind of the Debbie Downer. She was the demon attached to the family. She was the toxic person. The devil knows. God knows. It'll be like when this person dies, everyone's like, oh, it'll be so sad. No. You're going to feel a peace and heaviness lifted from you. And I hate to say it like that. Some of you will be causing other people to have a spiritual awakening. But at the end of the day, God will be rewarding you. Why? Because you're working together with him. You're making him a priority. Also, I do need to mention, if you are working together with God and you ask him a question and he doesn't answer you right away, do not move forward until he does answer you. That is one thing I have learned. Sometimes, like a couple weeks ago, I asked him a question. He never answered me. Doesn't mean he ignored me. It's more like a signal of wait. Why? Because he doesn't want to keep repeating himself. He's got bigger issues to worry about than let alone me, right? So you don't have to keep asking every day. Just wait, because he will tell you their next move. That's one thing I did learn. Anyways, moving on. Here's what some of you do not see coming. A divine union. Face-to-face talk. 2 of Cups. It's a divine union. This is real. This is like the real deal, not the fake and the phony. This is equal reciprocity. And you will see it very clearly that it was destined and fated. Some of you have lost something that you can't get back. And you're going to be returning back to somebody. Could be a water sign. Some of you might want to be returning back to a King of Cups. Maybe this King of Cups wants to return back to you. Returning back to companionship and financial stability. Well, it's because he is putting matters into his own hands. So many of you water signs out there don't have to be. But if you are a King of Cups, you are putting matters into your own hands. You're putting a lot of work and effort in. Maybe it's you. You want to return to some sort of love, companionship, financial stability. You're putting a lot of work and effort in. Mainly because someone told you the truth that you needed to heal something within yourself. Many of you King of Swords out there, especially with the moon being in Scorpio, if you are a water sign, you're going to hit some deep reflection. So you're going to be doing a lot of inner work. Yes, you will be returning back to companionship and financial stability, but in order to do that, you do need to work on your inner self first. So that might be where you guys are at right at this time, or at least this week. Some of you King of Swords out there, again, my spiritual warriors, you might be taking a time out. Typically, my spiritual warriors could be air signs, don't have to be. You might be doing some inner work, or you're going to be telling people the truth. By you swinging that sword, you're going to cause people to heal. Maybe you need to do some inner healing as well. Kids this week will be significant. Some of these kids are going to be moving forward, Leo energy, having fun, just moving forward. Somebody's kid might be coming back to a King of Pentacles. This is Earth sign energy, it doesn't have to be. But when this kid does come forward, this is more like a standoff, because you got the Strength card. We got the Page of Pentacles. Someone's kid might come back and be like, we need to talk. We need to get something straight, is what I'm feeling. Also, if you're King of Pentacles, could be Earth sign, you like nature, you're just chill, got your mind on your money and your money on your mind. All you've been thinking about is your Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you're going to be with your Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you already met your Queen of Pentacles. At the end of the day, the moment that you two get together, it brings in a wish fulfillment. Queen of Pentacles as well, because these two are a power couple. I'm going to be real honest. If these two got together, the cards came out like this. So maybe the King of Pentacles is coming towards the Queen of Pentacles. These two get together. Not only is it a wish fulfillment, this is a power couple. And someone's kid might come in and stop it, or he wants to apologize because maybe she has kids. Like, all I feel with this is, you know what? It's time to get the story straight. When the story is straight, guess what? Wish fulfillment comes in. I gotta set the record straight. Very forceful energy, but not bad. Here's some bad news for the week. Bad news for the week, you're gonna have to forgive someone for a wrongdoing. So hard. But it's a must. Some of the people that used to watch you are no longer watching you because of you're protected. I have the Sun card. Someone's going to be real happy. Why? Because a third-party situation broke up. Maybe the gossip, the slander, the lies have all been illuminated. And because of that, someone is real freaking happy. Real happy. And they're traveling. They broke a party up, traveling. Why? Because the secrets came out. Darkness came to light. But this Knight of Swords, hit rock bottom. Sometimes we get into enlightenment because we had to hit rock bottom. Rock bottom is where, I always say when you hit rock bottom, it's usually a sign that you're one of the chosen ones, that you're marked by God. Because once you hit rock bottom, it's your strength that he's looking for. Your character, your heart is being judged. It's being weighed. But the Knight of Swords is real happy. Why? The secrets came out. Yeah, he hit rock bottom. Rock bottom is very different for everybody. Could be an addiction problem. But he also had a change of priorities. He's coming in to end something. Completed a cycle. No more looping that karmic behavior. Maybe an end to an addiction problem. Walking away from the past and letting things go. Completing a cycle. What is he walking away from? Many of you might be walking away from people who took advantage of you. Thieves of joy. There are no honors in thieves. I walked away from a lot of thieves. All they want to do is take. And when you walk away from them, block them, restrict them, give them the Nine of Swords, because that's where they're going to be in the Nine of Swords energy. They wanted you in the Nine of Swords energy. They wanted you trapped in a mental prison. They didn't want you moving forward. But as you move forward, it puts them in the Nine of Swords. Watch out for people who are breadcrumbing you this week. We got the Knight of Cups. It's immature love. Someone who's that. If you get a love offer this week, they're most likely not staying for the long haul. It's a hit it and quit it kind of energy. Yeah, it's not fair. They are not staying for the long term. Someone might be doing that. Why? To break up a marriage. Maybe someone wants to get married, but the universe is testing you. Hey, I'm going to bring someone in to breadcrumb you to see if you truly want to be with someone that, are you ready for marriage? Some people's marriages are going to be tested this week. Things are not fair. You don't see it coming. Someone who is in a marriage decided, I'm going to breadcrumb my wife and see how that turns out. It doesn't turn out well. Those people are wearing a mask, yes. Someone might want to come and breadcrumb you because they want to reconcile. False hope, lies, empty promises. I didn't do anything wrong, I swear. They did. So watch out for people wearing a mask, false hope, lies. In the moment that they do and they don't get what they want, you're going to watch the little demon inside of them freak the fuck out, losing control of themselves in the situation. So the moment you reject them, boom, freaking out. So watch out for that. For those of you that do have a demonic spirit on you, you got somebody is watching you. They don't even know it. For those of you that do have people watching you secretly, like on fake accounts, help is arriving for you on that end. Someone could be watching you because they do want to help you out. You will get written communication about this. So some sort of help is coming, so that's good. Be careful of people trying to hold you back and not letting you move forward. Someone doesn't want you to move forward right now, and some of you are not moving forward because you're waiting for a stable offer. This is the Ace of Pentacles. A stable offer and some sort of truth has to come out. You're also being asked to cut ties with anybody who is the Four of Pentacles energy. Look at that. That's someone who is holding on to all their pentacles in that tree. This is the hoarders, the misers, people holding on to the past. These are the pillars of the salt. Also be careful. Someone might be trying to hold on to an earth angel. If you are loving and kind and you're an earth angel upon here, you have someone who is in the Lot's wife, let's say. Anyways, someone might be trying to hold on to your energy for some weird reason. They don't want to sever ties with you, but they might offer you something. The offer is fake and phony. They're just trying to hold on to you so that you don't move forward. Some of you are going to heal something in you so that you can become the Queen of Pentacles. Some sort of truth is going to come out. Some sort of offer. is going to open up your heart space and you become again the Queen of Cups. I said Queen of Pentacles too, so that might be for the Queen of Pentacles as well. But definitely sever ties with energies like this. Okay? Four of Pentacles energy that's holding on to the past. Miser energy. What do we need in order to move forward to complete this reading? Let's get some urban truth cards. Something might just slip out. Yeah. Watch for people coming in to breadcrumb you because half in and half out. They stay close but avoid commitment. Their action shows hesitation. The connection feels paused. They just want to hold on to your energy, but they don't want to move forward. So watch out for that. Watch out for people trying to hold you back. That's just a taunting little demon out there saying, you know what, I'm going to mess with this person. Play on their heartstrings. What I'm also getting is maybe once upon a time you used to be this, but now maybe you're in your Queen of Swords energy or in your Queen of Pentacles right now. So they're coming in thinking you're this, but you're actually like the Queen of Pentacles, you know. They were holding on to a past version of you. You've changed. Why? Because they hurt you. You're no longer the person where they left you at. So when they come in trying to breadcrumb you, they think, oh, she's this, and you slap on some sort of truth. That will usually send somebody in a spiritual awakening or freaking out because they want to hold some kind of control over you. Half in, half out. Watch for fake salesy type of things. Just remember to protect your peace at this time. Your calm is sacred. Choose silence over chaos. Not everything deserves your reaction. And for many of you, you are in your level up season. Your mindset is changing. A new version of you is emerging, and you're ready for the next stage. This is kind of where I'm at the moment. Both cards. Definitely, I feel like these two ones are for me. Definitely are for you guys as well. Some of you are in your level up season. It's time to rise. Woohoo! Seeing the little time on the clock? I was gonna do the dice, but I feel like we should just end it because there's really not much more to say to that. I pretty much covered everything that we needed to know for this week. So let's end this beautiful reading with a Katie Moonstone card and call it a week. Call it a day. Whew. Something might just fall apart, but when it falls apart, it's going to be in a divine, orchestrated order. So watch out for signs. Whew. The healing card definitely wants to come out. Someone might watch out for energy vampires. If you're around someone that makes you feel tired, they're draining your energy, so definitely protect that. All right, come on. What do we got here? We got clearing and demon time. So this week doesn't lie. The demons are wrapping up, but you need to stay balanced, all right? Clearing your charkas. Lucifer, whose name, I remember this card from last week, whose name means light bringer, is a cherub angel. Yeshua, or Jesus Christ, a prophet or messenger of God, knew that the demons or dark evil forces would get out of hand in the coming years as the demons or evil forces found loopholes in God's plan for humanity. Earth and the universe, God made every human or living being with a specific purpose. Earth is a world of duality and has found themselves on demon time. You pulled this card because there is something or someone from one of your past lives that you need to remember, which holds a significance of why you are here today. You are a special being that was sent to Earth to remember who you are and what you came here to do. The significance of a past life will come to you in either a dream or a meditation state. When you remember this, you will then be able to break free from whatever evil force that has been holding either you or an ancestors of yours back, hindering your bloodline or your destiny. Remember, we do not fight against flesh or blood, but against the evil rulers, authorities, and the unseen world, and against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. What happens in the spirit world also happens on earth, as above, so below. In this remembrance, you are also helping out in this battle of spiritual warfare. Seek, and you will find truth. Now we have chakra clearing. Chakras are your energy centers within the body that plays a vital role in maintaining balance and well-being. Chakra clearing is the process of cleansing, balancing, and activating your chakras. It involves removing any blockages or impurities that may be preventing your chakras from functioning properly and enhancing their natural qualities. The basic principle is to use your intention and awareness to direct your energy and attention to each chakra to clear it. When your chakras are imbalanced, you are not balanced, which can also affect your health. The easiest way to clear your chakras is to prepare your space, set your intentions, get grounded, choose any chakra clearing technique that best fits you, such as meditation, yoga, sound healing, the use of crystals, aromatherapy, oils, water, breath work, journaling. Power affirmations can also help cleanse your chakras so that you can be the best you. So we're going to do one together. And you can take a picture of this. Here, wait. Take a picture of that, blow it up, so you can say, I am grounded, safe, protected, and secure in my body and environment. That's your root. Root is your feet. I give and receive love freely and unconditionally. That's your heart space. I see clearly and trust my intuition and inner wisdom. Your third eye. I create and express myself effortlessly. I am worthy of healthy relationships that honor and respect me. That's your sacral. I do release and embrace knowing the universe and the divine has a plan. That would be your solar. I speak with love and kindness towards myself and others. Growth. I know I am a divine being of light and love, and I am in one with the universe, and the universe is one with me. That's your crown. And now all of my chakras are now balanced, cleansed, renewed, and restored, and I am in total alignment with all that is. And then namaste. Well, what you need to do is before you speak all that, do this, play with your energy, and then, clear the chakras with your hands as you speak it. So, for the throat, or for the third eye, I see clearly and trust my intuition and inner wisdom. Do it like that. Place your hands over your spots so that you clear the energy, okay? Have fun with that. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Stay safe out there, drink lots of water, take care of yourself, and until we meet again, namaste.